Okay, it's very nice to make this video again. And today, there's not much thing interesting happen in my life, but at least that I make some progress, I guess, because I'm little become more productive. Even though I don't know whether what I was doing today still have the impact into my life, but at least that I try. I'm succeed to LPDP, and it's kind of disappointed, and it's okay. I'm already past it, and now I'm become very that I feel very spirit. What you say in English? I'm energetic to start a new life. I mean that I start to improve my profile, so I can succeed into the scholarship in near future, in the in the first in the early year next year. So I try to give my best. And yeah, today I and to my friends, we pay a visit into that a place that in that place we lend some outfits to our dancing program. I mean that some of my friends dance into the Global English Festival, which is very nice festival because the festival is about education fair, mostly international. So if you want to study abroad, you can visit the festival, which held in the 8th November, if I don't mistaken. Yeah, and the festival will be great. At least this is what I think. It will be great. And yeah, I have a responsible, to make progress um, to to lend an outfit from from the women. So basically, I'm not a dancer, but at least that I still contribute into my community scholarship camp, and I feel great. Yeah. As usual, I will talk about speaking for IELTS part three here. But before I practice to speaking IELTS, I want to enjoy some moment to talking that about something I like. So I want to share what about my life that I did some research about the country that I want to apply in the near future. Oh yeah, first my first choice is Singapore, and the second is Australia, and the third is New Zealand. Well, basically, I tried not to go far, like in the Europe or North America, even though in the publishing world, these continents, especially England and America, very popular. But I think because I want to do research about independent publisher here in Indonesia, so it's much easier and convenient to me if I um, take a chance to study in the place that's near from Indonesia, like Singapore or Australia. So I can back here to Indonesia to do my research. And after that, we know Singapore is really it's developed. It's a developed nation. I mean that it's become a center of culture, business, and economy in Southeast Asia. So it's very important. If I study there, I can meet people from across Southeast Asia nations. So I can share our knowledge about our country, and I also gain knowledge from them. And it's it's very crucial to me. So because that in the future I do really want to write something that's related to Southeast nations people, because basically I'm from Natuna Island in the it's located in the South China Sea. So in the past, this place was the trade route from people, many countries from Southeast Asian countries. So basically, we share many stories from this country, and there are culture meets from one culture to another or so here. So I want to add more my knowledge about it, so I can do better when I write about it. So this is the reason that I choose the Singapore as my first choice. And of course, there are also Melbourne University in Australia. I think it's a great university. Basically, it's the best university in the Australia, and I somehow feel little bit how you said overwhelmed, insecure to apply this. Even though we know that NTU in Singapore is the highest in the world ranking, but still, I think that's these two university, Melbourne and NTU, quite higher in the ranking, and they kind of, you know, best 50 university in the world. So I didn't know with my knowledge and my portfolio that I can apply into this university, and also the IELTS score quite high, 7 in these two universities. So basically, I feel a little bit insecure, but I want to try my best into these two university. And also, I want to study in the New Zealand, because New Zealand there are creative writing subject, which is that something great. I mean that many country had this creative writing subject, but I think that in the New Zealand is something very interesting, because one lecture here there is from Myanmar, so she really immersed herself into the Southeast Asian studies and culture. So I want to learn many things from her. So this is why I decided to choose my New Zealand as the third country. But I still want to focus on myself into this Singapore, into the NTU, basically in the creative writing, editing, and publishing majors. So basically, it's kind of a mix between literature, communication, and also business. It's very interesting subject, right? And yeah, very that one of my friends I want to share. One of my friends already accepted into in the British University, and also she got the scholarship from LPDP, which is very popular here in Indonesia. And I feel very motivated because I quite disappointed with my result before, and I want to try my best in the future. And yeah, I think it's very nice to share a part of life in this video, and I think it's very great to make this kind of video, and I do really want to make this become continue. I mean, I make this video every day, but it's very hard for me to maintain this kind of spirits, because sometimes I just feel lazy and busy, and then there are many things I need to prioritize. So basically, I can do my best into making this kind of video, but somehow I feel difference when I first time make this kind of video when compared to myself today. I feel more better and more enjoy when talking. I think it's really good to myself as team, and improve myself in speaking, even though people is around me still criticize about my pronunciation, but still I think there are improvement even slightly, and it's very great. I mean, I always remember what my lecturer said when I still in the college in the Sunan Kalijaga University. She said that it's very important to us to make progress, even though it's only like 0.0001% every day. But if we improve every day, so basically we become better and better, and even without notice it, we become different person than when we compare to ourselves in the past. So I think it's very inspirational words, and I always remember about this when I want to learn about something. Okay, it's already almost more 10 minutes I speak like this. So basically, I want to try to answer about the speaking for IELTS part 3, and very nice to give a little bit opinions about the question, because lot of question here. So I would not feel boring about to answer the questions, because the question will be diverse, and it's also have the wide range of topics. So basically, I will answer about one particular topic today, and it will be different in the next day. And I already did it for like 3 days in a row, but not really in a row. I mean, in a row in this kind of video. If you notice my previous video, right? And I just want to to look into the question. And the topic today I chose is about travels, transports, holiday, and culture. How concerned are you about air travel? Well, actually, it's really nice question, really. Somehow, I travel really contribute to economy. I think that many people work in these fields, and when they work, it means that they bring the food into the table, into on the tables in their homes. So basically, it's very good for economy development. But somehow we cannot ignore about the environment impact from these activities that air travel. At least this is from the research that I read. Really contribute to humans footprints, human carbon footprints. So basically, when we limit our movement from air, like airplane or something like that, it means that we contribute to make our worlds become better, our environments become more secure into future generations. So basically, I think still we need air travel because it can make people move from one place into another place in the brief time, but somehow we need to limit ourselves. We need to find another alternative when we want to take a journey, particularly in the short journey. You know that people in the America very easy to move from one city to another city by airplane. I think that they don't they what they should try to find another alternative that to limit their journey based on airplanes. I mean that they can build more transportation, more railway, so people can commute from one place into another place more conveniently. So I think it's very important to government to build the facility that become an alternative. So basically, people have more choice when they want to travel from one place to another. And yeah, I want to answer another questions. Um, how has globalization affected your culture? Well, I think that globalization affect not only my culture but all culture in the world. Even American people themselves really affected by these globalizations because nowadays people become more curious about culture from another part of the world. I think it's not something we can see as negative. Instead, I think there are many benefits that we can acquire from this globalization. I think the problem from the world today is not about globalization itself, but more about individualistic consumerism and inequalities. And of course, globalization really accelerates these phenomena into our society. So people become less aware about people surround them. They become more individualistic. They're more money oriented, and even though it still have a little benefits from this, but I think that the detrimental effects from this kind of habits major to our society. So somehow we need to protect ourselves and our generation to become more aware and become more friendly, and that somehow make them become part of the society, not only as an individual. I think it's very important. But we need to balance between, immerse yourself into society, but also to gain your own freedom, to have a free choice, to have a free will. I think still it's very important, and we still need it nowadays, especially in Indonesia. I mean that if you are minority here in Indonesia, it's not something, the word not really seems like polite to you. So you need to struggle more, because you're not become part of the majority. I think, yeah, that's something, we need to, balance our social life and our freedom too. And of course, I also can talk about food like junk food and something like that, and it become world phenomena today. Like diabetes become more common even for the young people, and that's something very concerning, not only for the researchers but almost all people, especially the parents. And I heard stories from, my friend. He is a teacher in the junior high school, and he said to me that nowadays many young people, especially his students, already, got diabetes, and that's really, concerning. And there are many theories regarding from this issue, and I read, articles, from I forgot, but I watched, documentary from the Guardians that states, somehow, the colonializations have an impact into the global South country, that they become more vulnerable into this diabetes than when compared to, Western people. I mean, it because, the body people in the south not really as resistant as the people in the west, because they experience famines in the past decades, and it means, their body become more vulnerable when they eat something foods that too much. So their body not really resistant. Their body become more resistant when they become less food. So this is really, impact the genetic, the colonialization, not only impact into the economy and the social, but the genetic of the people. And I think, I believe it is true, because I experienced that many people in the rich family, they tend to have, higher, higher body than when I compare to people from this advantaged background. So yeah, I think that the research from, the documentary I watched, the Guardian's documentary, it's a fact. Okay, I want to try answer another question, and it's not longer about travel and culture, but I want something about recreations and sports. The question is, has sports become too commercialized this day? Somehow it is. I mean, if I want to try to exercise, I play badminton and I need to pay on the fields, on the rackets, and also from shuttlecock and something like that, and it really needs money. And I remember that I experienced went to the gym for the first time. I need to pay like 15,000 rupiah. Still, it's a lot of money for someone like me who didn't have a job at that moment. So I think that when, of course, I have another alternative, like I sometimes running, on the streets, but it's not really a good choice, because you know that Indonesia don't really have many sidewalks or pavements that can help people to run or marathons. So when I went to, the stadiums, not very far from here, but the facilities not really good, and many dust there. So basically, it's not really good into my lungs and my braids, because there are many dust. So it's not really good too. Basically, we want to maintain our health when we start to exercise, right? So I want to make sure that I can, breathe, the fresh air. And yeah, I do believe it become more commercial today. So basically, I already, answered three questions. It's very nice to answer this kind of questions. And somehow I know that I'm not really answer these questions very well. And if this is the IELTS test, I probably got the point less than 6. But because I just need to practice to become more fluency and more relaxed and enjoy and speak naturally, so it's okay, I guess. So it's not that I want to make this practice become very hard and how you say become more complicated. I just want to speak naturally. So basically, make me become more easy. I think it's very crucial and it helped me when I give a presentation online like this. I mean, if I meet in the Google meeting or probably in the Zoom, so I feel more confidence, not as before, because I've always had this problem with the confidence with this competency because somehow I don't really know because there are many factors that I can be shared, but I think I don't in the mood to to tell you all the stories. There are many questions still here, so I basically can read and answer the question, but I think I need to stop because there are many things I want to accomplish tonight because this is already evening and I have meeting with my friends. So basically, I want to take a shower and a little bit doing exercise after this, but I still figure out. And yeah, it's very enjoyable to talk with you, and when you listen it's very nice. And I can say that still it's very good to maintain this conversation still continue. And yeah, I want to say thank you very much to stay listen to me. And even when you listen, it's very nice that if you give a little bit of comments in the below in this video, even though you don't want to, that it's okay. I just probably want to know that someone probably listens here, beside my mom, because yeah, my mom really listens to me regularly, but she can't make any comment into the social media because she not really expert into the social media. But I think that she far better when I compare to friends same age with her. So this is the end of this conversation today, and very nice that finally I make it this video with more efforts into myself. And goodbye.